Hey friends, welcome to Gardening with Creekside. Today is the day where we are going to get these garden boxes all wrapped up. They're going to get planted. Jackson has been such a great help getting these things filled for me. And so today is the day where we are going to get them planted with some stunning spring flowering bulbs. So let's just review really quickly in case you're new to this project or new to Gardening with Creekside, because we've had a lot of people say that they're new. So if you are new, welcome. We would love to have you join us for all these fun videos. So we have here up on, this is what we call the terraced garden, because we have multiple levels: the chicken coop, hydrangea hill. Here we have the garden boxes, and then you come down to the cottage garden. These boxes are the extra tall modern garden boxes from Vago. This is the blue color. They sent them to us, early spring, late spring, and life happens, and we are just now getting them all put together because it has been quite a project getting this whole area accomplished. So what we have is these are very tall boxes, which, you know, will hold a lot of soil, which is great. I wanted to get the extra tall because, you know, as we age very gracefully, you don't want to be stooping down, because our last garden boxes were only about 18 inches off the ground. This is almost like 3 feet, and it is perfect. So we are good to go. And the only thing is then you got to fill it up with soil. So what we have done is you can see the debris that Jackson, first of all, what we did is we filled the bottom, we lined the bottom with some landscape fabric. So these garden boxes are bottomless, which is great because it's great drainage, right? We had them sitting directly on our native soil here. There might be a little bit of gravel underneath here, not a ton, but there is some gravel underneath the garden boxes. And then we have that landscape fabric that goes all the way on the bottom and about a foot up each side. The reason that we did that is because they are bottomless. We didn't want all of our delicious potting soil, all this great organic matter that we're going to be building up year after year, to wash out, you know, from underneath them. So you put that landscape fabric down simply to hold and retain all of that great organic matter that we have here. Then we went ahead, Jackson came through and was just a great help and put a ton of the Daddy Pete soil enhancer. You can see the debris. He's in the middle of cleaning up. We use this all the time. You can use it as a soil enhancer, as they have it listed with compacted clay soil. It's great. You can use it as an amendment. You can even use it as mulch. That's what this is right here. We use it as mulch, and it just does a great job. The Daddy Pete soil enhancer is that aged pine bark, and so it will drain really, really well. So this is great. And it's also much a more economical way to fill these boxes than with straight, really, really rich compost, right? Then what we have on the top layer, this is where the plants are going to be growing the most, right? This is the black gold natural and organic raised bed mix. And y'all, this has that aged pine bark in there, so you can see it still has the pine bark, those nice chunks. It has compost, it has earthworm castings in here. The plants are going to absolutely love it. Now you'll notice that the boxes are not filled all the way. I asked Jackson to do that on purpose because we have got quite the collection. I have got 7 different spring flowering bulbs that I created my own little custom blend from Color Blends, and I am going to fill these boxes with these spring flowering bulbs today. For this year, at least, I will be using my garden boxes as a cut flower garden. That's the beautiful thing about these garden boxes, is that if you want to do vegetables, if you want to do herbs, if you want to do flowers, if you want to do all the above, you can grow anything in these beds. I'm choosing to use them as cut flowers garden this year. So I have laid out all the bulbs here, and we have 7 different varieties, technically 8, and I'll explain why I say 7, but 7 of them, and there's 125 of each. So I have paired them up together. So we have, and I'm not even going to try to pronounce some of these names, my friends. So this gorgeous one is a really sweet pale yellow with red and green veining in it. So we've got that tulip. Then we have Minton. I can do Minton. Minton is a pink with salmon coloring. Then we have Sane. Sane is a deep pink with some soft pink. We're going to skip these for right now. Then we have Early Cheer. Early Cheer is a white daffodil that has some yellow in it, and this is the one that has a delicious fragrance. They say reminds you very much of gardenias, which are my favorites. These will be technically perennials for me. So the plan is that I'm probably going to save these and replant these once they are done this coming spring. Then we have Tom. Tom is pink with yellow. This is a beautiful tulip. We have Blue Amiable, which is like a very soft purple. There's not really a true blue tulip, so this is about as close as you're going to get. And then last we have yet another daffodil, and this is white with some peach. Come back. I have also got these hyacinth bulbs. So this is Apricot Passion. These are from Eden Brothers. All the other tulips and daffodils are from Color Blends. These are from Eden Brothers. And this is a nice soft pink. Now, the hyacinths here are an example of Jenny ordered them back in the spring, and I forgot that I had ordered them, and they arrived, and I was like, oh yeah, okay. So we're going to put the Apricot Passion in the middle main center box. Everybody else, here in a second, I'm going to take them and I am going to dump them into a container. I've got my black trug right here. So I'm going to take them, I am going to take and mix them up, dump them all in, mix them all together, and then each box gets 175 bulbs. So that way I'm not going to know which one is Minton, which one is Early Cheer, which one's Tom, which one's Sane. I'm not going to know that. So that way it has a beautiful randomness to it, and we're going to plant them. So that is why we left the boxes about 8 inches empty, because these need to go 6 inches down. So I'm going to mix them all together. We're going to put down our biotone, spread that out, and then go through, place the bulbs, and then come back and cover them up with more of that, the black gold. Then the final thing will be a little bit more of the aged pine bark vines from Daddy Pete to give it a nice polished look, and then we're done. We can just walk away and we don't have to worry about them until spring, because they're going to sit here, their roots are going to start to grow, and then when it's time for them to do their thing, they are going to be gorgeous. Most of these tend to be like an early to mid bloomer. They're going to roughly bloom within the same time, but it's going to be a staggered show. So I just cannot wait. I think it's going to be absolutely gorgeous, at least it is in my brain. And so without further ado, we're going to get to mixing and planting. Okay, my friends, I am one happy lady because my gosh, these garden boxes, y'all, they're done. They're installed. The patio area up there is done. They're filled. They've got the tulips in them. Like, when I say that this project and this dreaming of these garden boxes has been close to a year in the making, and to have them finally complete, oh, it just makes me feel so good. But let me just kind of give you, an up close view. Of course, like literally, like I said, this entire area has gone under a major facelift. We have a whole playlist about this area. You can check that out. But yes, the star of the show today is the garden boxes. Those 5, and I know right now, they may not be much for you to look at, but they are a beautiful sight for me to have them filled. The roses planted, we haven't talked about that, so we'll talk about that. But yeah, I mean, there you go. So stinking excited. So let's just recap real quick about what we did and how we did it. So when we filled in the boxes with the soil yesterday and this morning when Jackson was doing that for me, we left the soil down about 8 inches, right? Because tulips have to be planted 6 inches down, and I did not want the soil to be at the tippy top of the box because I don't want it to overflow or whatever. I want to have a nice lip. Now, later on, when we may add some more soil, it may come up a little bit, but for this, it's perfectly fine with me. So these tulips and those daffodils got buried those 6 inches. Basically, it's 25 of each variety per box. So a total of 175 per box. With the daffodils, one daffodil blend was in bags of 25, so that made it really easy. We just did a bag per box. Then the other bag was 100, so we went through and just divvied out the 25 for these other 4 boxes. And then the tulips, I just threw all the tulips in that tub and just mixed them and mixed them and mixed them. Y'all, I did not count them. Sorry, I just didn't do it. That's my personality. I was like, because we did, this box first, and I was able to see, because that one we did know. We knew that this was 175, and it was the perfect amount of each bulb. So I knew what that looked like, and so the spacing on it. So with the other ones, I just guesstimated. I just, shook out some tulips and made sure that they had roughly about the same number on each one. It doesn't have to be perfect. If you want it to be great, that's just not who I am on this. So there's grace in gardening. So we just kind of did that. And then flat side down, pointy side up, nestled them in. Did not bury them because that's the whole point of leaving the dirt shallow. And then came back through with the bags of the black gold, right? Went ahead and top dressed them, got them nice and in there. And then it was 2 bags of the Daddy Pete soil conditioner. So this is fantastic because it is just all in there. It is going to be, all right, sorry about that. There was a random dump truck that appeared and I'm not sure what he was doing. So anyway, investigating that. But back to this. So all the boxes are filled. They are good to go. Literally, I do not have to do anything to these boxes until they are finished blooming and they are all done, and we can get them out and put in my spring, summer annuals that will give me gorgeous flowers throughout the season. Now, yes, I am in North Carolina, a zone 8A. These are going to be annuals for me. The one daffodil, the early cheer, will be a perennial. So it is my desire and my hope is that when they finish blooming, that I will when it's time to take these boxes apart, I'm get ready for the summer, that I will take those and plant them in the landscape. As long as they have their top foliage, they can handle being transplanted. That is not a problem. You can do that. Just don't cut the foliage back. That way they have enough energy to store up in the bulb for next year. So that is the plan. Other than that, these are all going to be annuals for me. Again, being in the South with our heat and humidity and our winters, yes, we get cold, but we don't stay cold for weeks on end. We don't have major snow loads that stay down all year. So the tulips just do not perform well from, the next year. Yes, you may have some sporadic ones, but it's just really random. So tulips are annuals for us. Believe it or not, that can be a quite divisive topic for some people. So not if you're in the South. If you're in the South, you understand. But those of you that maybe they're perennials, just understand that our gardens are a little different here. But it is a fantastic thing to have these done. I will also show you, remember we planted, month, 6 weeks ago, we did anemones in here. Look at those, y'all. Are they not just fantastic? So we have anemones, and then also underneath this leaf, if you can see, there is a poppy. So that poppy is doing nice as well. So basically these are not going to start blooming, right? They're just going to hang out here and be nice and green. And then come early spring, I want to say it was like early March, then that's when they start blooming. And these are perennials. So depending on where you live, some plants may be an annual, some plants may be a perennial. It's all about your growing zone, my friends. And so these will be perennials and just be fabulous from year to year. So very, very excited that they are doing well too. And so we're going to have a fantastic flowering spring. And so that's what's so fun about gardening, right? You can always kind of have a vision and you just grow from year to year, and you add a little bit here, you add a little bit there, and then there you go. So we've been in our house, it'll be 21 years in January. And so, you know, these gardens and these things, they don't happen overnight. They take some time. Yes, we've had a lot of rapid growth with some of our gardens here lately, but 'tis the business that we are in. So it is lots of fun, and we're glad that we get to share this experience with you and that you come along for the ride and that you enjoy it as well. So I will say, don't tell Jerry, but I was on Color Blend's website where all these tulips came from. And because I was already planning for next year, starting to think about some things, and I was looking, I was like, I wonder if they have any like more like shade-loving tulips, not tulips, bulbs that are, maybe they still have. And they have some. So I may have ordered about 600 more squills. It's white squill. I think it was white squill. And they're gonna go, he doesn't know this, so they're gonna go around the steps up here because they'll be perennials for me, and they're really short. So they're only, I think, in that 4 to 6 inches tall, and I'm gonna tuck them all up around the steps and all in there. And they're these cute little short white flowers, white with a little bit of blue on them. So I ordered those. So they won't be here. I don't have to worry about it until after Christmas. But yeah, they'll be perennials too. So excited about that. We've got the berm left, and then the rest of the signature garden, and then we will be done. And then I have the 700 yellow tulips that are going to go down here. This was a kind of, not quote last minute decision, but when I placed the order for the bulbs in March, we didn't have this area planned out. So once I knew the size of this area, then I went ahead and ordered tulips just from this little raised area all the way down. So that was 700 yellow tulips that will go in there, golden Parisma, something like that. I don't remember exactly what the name is, golden something. So because it was so late, Color Blends couldn't pre-chill them for me, so I had them send them straight to me. So they're chilling in the fridge at the barn at the nursery, and so they have to chill for 8 to 10 weeks or something like that, and it'll be after Christmas when their time is up, and then I can plant them here, and then we'll be completely done. So it's always something fun, my friends. Stay tuned because Jerry will get the drone up. Y'all have an amazing day. We'll see you in the next video. Bye, friends.